Right, Woodley,
Yes.
spoken to Glenn in midweek, and we were chatting about how Dorchester probably due a win against the top sides, and lo and behold, you delivered one today.
Yeah, it was important. We looked at the teams we've lost to, obviously, Truro at their place. Obviously, we had to, there was a few circumstances, Brad having to go off injured, the penalty, sending off, things like that. But we knew Truro were far better than us when we played them down at their place early on in the season. You look at your Westerns, you look at your Cheshires, even though we've competed in a lot of these games, ultimately we've got nothing out of them. So that's the next step for us, and that's what we're trying to get through to these players. We know we're relatively young in our journey with what we want to do, but it's vital. If you want to be successful, you have to take points off of the top teams, and I thought they were really good today. I really do. Truro are an excellent side. Whoever finishes above Truro will win the league. I have no doubt about that. But I was pleased today. They showed a real desire, good aggression, and created chances as well. Passed the ball well at times. Rode our luck. I mean, the Truro had chances. We're not gonna discount that. But I thought the boys were good value for it. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair to say in other games against the top sides, you probably haven't had the rub of the green, have you? But today,
haven't had the rub of the green. But also, I feel there was a little bit of a lack of belief. But like we said, we're very early in our journey. You look at your Truros, your Westerns, your Cheshires. These are 3-4 years in the making. If not longer, seasoned players at this level and above. So we know we've got a very young group. But today we were proud of them. We really were.
Yeah, obviously Harvey missed that chance just before Charlie's goal, but the goal itself looked like a routine, and what a street strike from Charlie as well.
We take no credit for that at all. It's something that they decided to do themselves, which was good. We know when you play these top teams, they are defensively very strong. They're big, they're strong, they defend their box exceptionally well. So credit to Guns, Jordan. They were given the licence to work something short. They were brave enough to do it. It's so frustrating because we probably see Guns do that in training 3 or 4 times a week. And then when it comes to game day, I think he has been, he's been on great form, let's be honest, but I think he's been a bit unlucky as well. But yeah, he can definitely strike a ball. So. No, delighted for him, and his all-round performance was superb.
Yeah, just like it has been all season. I mean, that's the second time he's come up with a match-winning goal now. Yeah,
and he needs to add that. I mean, in fairness, Guns was withdrawn a little bit deeper today because obviously we know their threats. So he was playing in a slightly deeper position, but like you said, when he's allowed to stride forward and shoot on goal, he's got a hell of a strike on him. So yeah, really pleased for him.
Quick word for the defence as well today, because we talked about Truro's chances, but 2 goal line clearances, and they, until probably the last 10 minutes in the second half, didn't really have that much of a sniff.
Yeah, we showed a desire again, which is what Glenn's asking for. The start of the season, we just talked about it in the changing room. We had a real desire to defend our box, and I wouldn't say for 1 minute it's gone missing, but it was in full evidence today. You could see that desire to hold on to what they've got and not accept defeat against these top teams. We want to be going toe to toe to ultimately they'll go on and probably get promotion and be challenging, but it's good that we're in that position, and they showed that desire today to defend their box, which is really important.
It's of course something you work on extremely hard in the defence there, isn't it? So how pleasing was it to keep a clean sheet today against a side like Truro who score for fun?
It's always pleasing to keep a clean sheet in any game in this league. I absolutely love a 1-0 victory. From a defensive point of view, it's something we thrive on, and it's something we've always built success on. You have that platform to allow your attack-minded players to go and win your games, but it's all built from your goalkeeper and your back four and your defensive midfield players. So yeah, I thought they were excellent today.
It's probably one of the negatives today. The 2 injuries to Shaq and it's not ideal, is it? I think Jordan picked up a hamstring by the looks of it.
Well, yeah, we know we've been nursing him with his hamstring. We'll get it assessed. I mean, he was sensible enough to pull up straight away. So we'll have a look at it this week. fingers crossed it's not a tear, it's just a slight pull. Shaq, I think will be okay. His was precautionary. He mentioned it at half time that obviously he was feeling his ankle a little bit. So of course, as soon as we saw that heavy touch and that heavy challenge, it's not worth the risk. We've missed the young man, to be honest. We've missed him in the weeks that he's been out, so we don't want him to be out any longer.
Very quick look ahead to Poole on Boxing Day. Tommy Clegg was here today. He's probably going to be impressed by what he's seen. It's a fixture that has extra sort of importance for you and Glenn, isn't it, with the Poole connection?
Yeah. I suppose it's always a fixture me and Glenn look to with our affiliation with Poole. You know, we're both players there, and obviously I coach there as well. So yeah, got a lot of friends there, a lot of good people there, a lot of people I know very well. So yeah, it's always a game that we look forward to, and again, it's another top side. Poole aren't going anywhere. They're going to be there or thereabouts as well. They're getting stronger all the time, so it's going to be another really difficult game, but one we all look forward to.
Yeah, and with 2022 drawing to a close, what do you make of the club's and team's progress this year?
I think we're about where we wanted to be, to be honest. If anything, perhaps a little bit ahead of schedule. We talked at length. We know that it's work in progress. It's a new group. It's a young group. I think we're really going to reap the rewards of this group probably towards the end of the season, going into next season, which was our plan. So if anything, we're a little bit ahead of schedule, but we're halfway through a season. We're at Christmas. There's a lot of games to play yet, so no one's getting too excited. No one's getting ahead of themselves. We wanted to finish the year at home with a victory, and against a top side like Truro, that's what we've done. So we'll enjoy it. We won't get too carried away, and then prepare well next week, ready for Boxing Day.
Yeah, finally, I've not had a chance to ask you. Obviously, yourself and Glenn came in October last year. How do you assess the project's progress as a whole?
I think there has been progress. But we knew it was a project. We knew we had to not start again because the infrastructure was here with the under-23s, with the under-18s, and we've seen that progression through. But it is a new squad, and it's going to take time. So. But there's definitely been a progression, and the support we've all had has been excellent. So long may it continue. All good.
Great stuff. Thank you very much.
All right, no problem. Brilliant.